Fitin10 Nation, it is day 12 of the challenge, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about protein. Hopefully you're not too bored by that. I think it's really important that you know, though, the roles of protein. But just while I'm on that topic, actually before I go to that topic, make sure that you send in your feedback. You're supposed to send it in by Sunday. Your feedback is super important. Go to www.trainonmain.com/fit10 check-in. All one word, Fit10 check-in. I put the link in Slack. Give me your feedback. I want to know how you're doing. I want to know how you're feeling. It would be really nice to know what's going on and where you're at, okay, and what struggles you're having. Because I know probably most of you are encountering struggles. It's normal. It happens. It's a major change to your lifestyle. All right, protein. Before I get into protein, in terms of the other important aspects of it, or at least some of them, protein powder samples. I've had some people ask about this. I'll bring some in. So if you want to try it, let me know. They're just going to be in like Ziploc baggies. I'm sorry, I'll do it like, obviously in as much of a sanitized fashion as possible. And I'll have samples of vanilla and chocolate. You're welcome to try both. Also, if you want to try an isobar, they're really good. They are honestly really, really good. If you tried protein bars out there on the market, and you haven't tried this, I really encourage you to try this one. If you want one of those, let me know, okay? I have 3 different flavors of them, all right? So let me know if you're interested in that. All right, so getting back to protein. All right, one thing I want to say, and I failed to mention this in day 11, and that is the body cannot store protein. Your body can store carbohydrates in the form of glycogen in the liver and in the muscles. It cannot store, and it can store fat, of course. We know the body can store fat. But it cannot store protein. There's no area to store protein. So once protein is digested and it's broken down into amino acids, those amino acids are in the bloodstream floating around. The body either has to utilize them or excrete them. And so after a certain point, arguably probably somewhere around 4 or 5 hours, there's no more amino acids. So another reason why we want to eat protein on a regular basis throughout the day. All right, or else if the body needs protein, it's going to have to get it from somewhere. So where's it going to get it from? Where's it going to get it from? It's going to get it from the body, okay? It has to. Protein, the macronutrient protein, dietary protein, I should say, has the highest thermic effect in the body. That is, it takes the most calories to digest. About 30% of the calories in protein goes towards digesting protein. Okay, when we look at carbohydrates, we're looking at somewhere around 8%. Fat, we're somewhere around 2 to 3%. So basically, you can think of it like this. If you eat 1,000 calories worth of protein, you're actually only getting 700 calories. Okay, you can kind of think of it like that. If you're eating 1,000 calories of carbohydrates, you're getting 920 or so, 930 calories total. And if you're having fat, say 1,000 calories of fat, you're getting almost pure fat calories there. Okay, you're basically getting 1,000 calories of fat. Okay, just under 1,000 calories. So you can kind of think of it as, in some ways, we're talking about calories here, as you get a 30% discount. Okay, when you're eating protein. All right. There is an amino acid called lysine, which is really important for the reabsorption of calcium into the bones. Another reason to eat protein. This is really, really important, especially for those of you who are female and heading into or in your 50s. We know that with hormonal changes, there's a change to bone density, and of course, your weight training. This is going to be really helpful. The other few things that are going to be helpful is obviously your calcium and vitamin D and magnesium intake. But lysine, which is in protein, is really plays a strong role in this as well. I already mentioned this, but I'm going to just dive into it a little bit more. It forms the underlying structure of the immune system. Okay, so when we're looking at especially white blood cells, in particular when we look at glutamine, glutamine forms the underlying structure of white blood cells, and of course this gives you a stronger immune system. All right, if there's more building blocks for our white blood cells, we have more. Essentially, we have more white blood cells. We have a stronger immune system. And we talked about enzymes yesterday, but we didn't touch upon hormones, right? So there's a lot of hormones that are, basically polypeptides. They're proteins, and hormones are really important. These are essentially messengers in the body that go around and signal for things to happen, right? Not all hormones are made of polypeptides. We've got, sex hormones are typically made of fats. But your hormones, your polypeptide hormones, this is not an exhaustive list, of course, things like insulin, glucagon, so these are things that are helping to raise or lower blood sugar levels. Things like antidiuretic hormone, this is, again, just helping to control water absorption or reabsorption in the body. And then we've got things like, when it comes to the reproductive system, we've got things like follicle stimulating hormone, FSH, and other things. Okay, other hormones that are involved as well in the reproductory. I don't know why I can't talk tonight. I think I'm just tired. Is that a word? Reproduction system. I think I'm tired. Anyways, you know what I'm saying. And there's others. There are others. So, anyways, I'm going to stop there, okay, because I'm already at 7 minutes. Let's get to message of the day. What do we have here for the message of the day? All right. So, here's my message for you. Habits over motivation and discipline. Habits over motivation and discipline. A lot of people always ask, how do I stay motivated? Right? How do I stay disciplined? It's just habitual. You just have to create habits and do it. It's just execution of certain tasks. You will not always be motivated. You will not always feel like doing things. Okay? It's going to be that way. But if you put things in your calendar, okay, and then you would just adhere to them, then they'll happen. And they do become easier to do over time. Okay, the more you do something, if you make a habit of it, it becomes easier to do. Okay? There is no such thing as the person who is always motivated. Nobody is. Nobody is always motivated. Okay? But you've got to ask yourself, what is it that I have to do? Set yourself out the plan, right? So, you want to be more specific here. Putting in your workouts in your calendar, putting in your cardio in your calendar, putting in your days that you're going to prepare and plan your food. Okay, and then just abide by it and execute on it. That's it, okay? So habits, planning and preparing, these things, over motivation and discipline, okay? That's all I am going to say. Positive energy, positive vibes. Believe in yourself, and for the love of God, for the love of humanity, for the love of your own sanity, give some gratitude, all right? It's the best thing I can do when I'm having a day where maybe I just am feeling sorry for myself or something. I just say, you know what, you're really lucky. And then, be thankful for 5 things. It's good. If you can wake up every day and be thankful for 5 things, it can really make your day brighter and you will appreciate things much more. All right, that's all I'm going to say. See you guys. Have a wonderful night. I need my clicker, or a wonderful day. I need to get a clicker. I don't have a clicker. This feels really weird to do this.